What is going on, everybody? And I have been saying this for quite a while now, and it seems to be that, as I've predicted, the Anita Sarkeesian disease is starting to spread around. And as you can see here, we have another Anita Sarkeesian-like Kickstarter campaign. So what is this campaign here? It is called Invisibility Blues, Exploring Race in Video Games. It's a video series critiquing race and representation in contemporary games and game culture. It is created by Samantha Blackman, and there was someone else in the video that I don't remember their name off the top of my head. But I did a little bit of research on this Samantha Blackman, and apparently she is an associate professor with a PhD at Wayne State University. I kind of find it funny how a lot of these critiquers of the gaming industry happen to have these degrees and PhDs. I find that kind of a weird coincidence, but be that as it may, I did a little bit more research on her, and apparently she has a blog. And apparently it's an old blog, but it's by the same person. And the first post of the blog talks about wanting to create a feminist gaming podcast. So you could probably guess where this is heading. But notice that she never states in this Kickstarter, or really anywhere else, talking about herself, is that she's a feminist. So, not that there's anything wrong with that, but, you should accurately represent yourself here, if you want to be honest with the audience. So, okay, let's get into this. So, the goal of this video series that this person's trying to make here is that they want an open conversation on race in video games. Now, notice the word there, conversation. A conversation involves actively talking with different people with different points of view. Do you really think that this video series right here is actually going to have her or whoever else works on this project actively talking to people who disagree with them? Do you really think that's going to happen? Or is it going to be like the Anita Sarkeesian videos where it's just basically talking to you and talking about how you're wrong and how they're right? Or they're going to be talking to people who agree with them. That is not an open conversation. So, yeah, I really don't think we're going to get this open conversation. It would be nice. I mean, me and a lot of other gamers that talk about this issue, we're more than welcome to have open conversations on these type of topics. But Anita and people like her, they don't want these open conversations. They just want their closed-minded, basically speeches where they just talk to you. So, yeah, I don't think we're really going to get that. And in this video here, they talk about how gaming has always been centered around white male protagonists. Now, I will admit, most video game protagonists, although it's not as much as people like to believe, the majority is white males. But what the funny thing about this is that most gamers, I'm willing to bet, when they play a video game, when they pick up a controller, and they pop in a video game and they start playing it, I guarantee you the thought that's not going through their minds is, oh man, I would be enjoying this game a lot more if this main video game character looked like me. I have never once, the whole time I've been gaming since the late 80s, early 90s. That thought has never crossed through my mind one time. And I've played all different sorts of types of games with different looking main characters. That thought has never crossed through my mind because I play video games to have fun, to be entertained. I don't need to see myself in the game. Now, it is cool that there are games that let you customize the character. That's really good. And these games exist. But not every game needs to be like that. You need to have specific characters in these stories because these video games are the creation of these specific developers. This is their art. This is their work. Just as an author writing a book, writing specific characters in their book, that is their art. Who are we to say, oh no, you can't have that character because this character needs to represent me? See, I don't agree with that whatsoever. But the funny thing is, and I would just like to point this out real quick, that in this video, when they actually put up actual white male game protagonists, one of the ones they used was Commander Shepard from Mass Effect. See, usually when I see projects like this by people like this, you can easily tell that these people are not gamers. Because if they were gamers, they would know that in Mass Effect, you can create your own character. Commander Shepard doesn't have one specific look. He can look like many different people. And not only that, you can have a female Commander Shepard. See, these people probably just looked at the Mass Effect art box and went, okay, white male, that's it, we'll add it in. So yeah, I find that funny. So continuing on here, they then say that non-white characters are lacking or non-existent. I'm not even going to begin to explain how much bullshit is that. There are many games out there with non-white male characters that have plenty of depth, that are really, really good characters. And even if they're not the actual main character of the game, they're a really good sub-character of the game. Which, you know what, that's nothing to be negative about, because a lot of these games, sometimes the main character isn't the most entertaining character. Sometimes they're not the best character in the game. There's nothing wrong with that. See, at least with me, all I care about is that the characters all around are good and entertaining. That's all I really care about. So, yeah, that's bullshit. And then, of course, talking about that, they use the word tropes. What other feminist game critic has used that word tropes a lot? I wonder. Okay. You could probably guess who it is. So, then they say, we can't make these videos alone. This also leads into why I'm making this video as well. Oh my god. Really, you can't make this video series alone. You seem to have made this specific introductory video alone. You seem to have had a website making several articles discussing this issue and related issues alone, and with, quote-unquote, volunteers. Why do you need my money to make these video series? Why do you need just money in general to make these video series? I mean, you were able to make this introductory video, so why do you need people's money? You know, I've made over 400 YouTube videos, and I've never needed a dime from anyone to make these videos. I'm making this video right here, talking about this issue, and I did not need to ask one goddamn person for a dime to make this video. So, yeah, what excuse is there? I mean, I already know the answer, and I'm sure a lot of you probably already know the answer, and we'll get to that. But let's continue on. They also said that this project will be of their own research and analysis. Okay, once again, if this is all of your work and all of your heart, soul, and your sweat and your dedication into this project, once again, why can't you just do that? Why can't you just make the videos giving your take on this topic? Why do you need money to do this? It's funny. And then, of course, the major quote that really, really set me off here is, they said, we think gaming should be for everybody. excuse me, but when ever has video games not been for everybody? As far as I can remember, video games have always been for everybody. I've seen men play video games. I've seen women play video games. I've seen boys play video games. I've seen girls play video games. I've seen different races, different genders, what have you. I've seen so many different people across the spectrum play video games. There has never been a time where any group whatsoever has been secluded from playing video games. There has never been a time that has happened. Now, I will admit, there was a time when there was that perception that, at least back in the day, definitely back in the day, not really so much today, but back in the day when I was growing up and started playing video games, the perception was that video games were a geeky hobby, and that if you played games, you were considered a quote-unquote geek. And in several social circles in school back then, being a geek was not really looked fond of. So a lot of people, even if they probably wanted to play video games, they didn't because they were afraid of being labeled. Like, for example, a lot of girls probably didn't play video games back then because they didn't want to be seen as a geek, because in their mind, oh, if I'm a geek, certain guys won't like me, so I need to look pretty, I need to do more girl-like hobbies. I don't want to be seen as that geek. But see, that's just because of a false perception of gaming. It is not because of the gaming industry, because video games have always been open to everybody. And they always will be open to everybody. So yeah, I'm sorry, but I hate hearing that. I really hate hearing that. It ticks me off. And then finally we will end with here, they said that everyone deserves to be represented. Now, see, here's the thing. I'm all for diversity in gaming, definitely. I'm for diversity in just about everything in society. But no one group, any group, automatically deserves to be represented in every single aspect of a piece of entertainment. It is not really a right. Nobody deserves it. Because, like movies, television, books, it is up to the author and the creator of that piece. I mean, why can't people understand that? I really don't get it. If somebody wants to write a book and have a specific character, they have every right to. Just as with all the other forms of entertainment. Me or anyone else doesn't have the right to tell them, oh no, you can't have this. You have to have this type of character. Now, if somebody out there really wants a specific group to be represented in a form of fiction, because guess what? Just like all the other previous forms of entertainment that I mentioned, video games are fiction. They are fiction. They are fictional entertainment. So if someone out there really wants a specific group to be represented, what the hell is stopping you from making a game? What the hell is stopping you from writing a book? What the hell is stopping you from creating something to represent that group? Nothing is stopping you. So if you're that serious about it, go make something, instead of sitting here and complaining about it. But we know, or at least most of you probably know, why these people do this. So we will get into that to wrap up this video here. This is all basically a way for these people to get money. Because I don't for the life of me see why they would need money to do this project. Because here I am talking to you right now about this subject, and I did not ask for a single dime to do this. Basically, to summarize this, and I'll probably make this the title of this video, to summarize what this is let's talk about race and diversity in gaming, but give us money first. Because that's pretty much what this is. Just a way to get money. And it's sad to see. It is sad to see. I'm looking at it right here. At the time I captured this, 480 backers pledged $10,452 for this. There are so many people on YouTube, not just myself, who have discussed this issue, that if you really wanted to look up information on this topic, YouTube is already available, free of charge, for you to research this topic. Why the hell would you give these people money to do this? Honestly, if you gave people money to do this, just like the people who gave Anita Sarkeesian money to do her Kickstarter, which, by the way, her Kickstarter was supposed to be done in late 2012, and here we are in 2015, and it's not even half done, which, by the way, breaks Kickstarter's rules, but that's a whole nother topic there. Whoever gave money to these people, I mean, I just don't understand. I really don't. You need a reality check here. And you've basically been conned out of your money. Because that's pretty much what these type of people are. They are con artists. And nothing pisses me off more than thievery or con artists that do this. And what also pisses me off more about these type of topics is I'm all for discussing this topic within the gaming community. I'm all for it. And I'm sure a lot of people are all for it. But what I can't stand is people who are not actual video gamers talking from outside the industry, outside the gaming community, and critiquing it like they know about this industry when they really don't have a goddamn clue. That really pisses me off about this whole issue. It has nothing to do with the actual topic itself. It's more so the fact that we have non-gamers talking about a hobby that I and many others are passionate about. Especially when they are just dead fucking wrong. So, alright, that's about it. So, please let me know your thoughts on this. And until next time, have a good one.